What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. I'm the Kawasaki Cruisader, and today we're going to take care of a few things. So I've actually been wanting to get a new tire for a little while now, and I've been needing to for a short while. So that's first things on the agenda. Heading out to one of the local shops here to the Joplin area, Mid-America Cycle and Recycle. They're pretty popular. I've not heard anything bad about them ever. I've been going to them for a while for tires, and I know that they do a lot of regular maintenance, parts installation, whatever you need, they'll probably be able to hook you up. They do sell bikes as well, used bikes. They can probably get you a new bike if you wanted it. There's a bigger dealership in town for that, but I honestly don't care for the bigger dealerships, so I strongly recommend going to Mid-America Cycle and Recycle if you're in the Joplin area. Anyhow, I'm going with a Dunlop GPR 300 rear tire. I've got a lot of history with that tire personally. I like it. I've never put it on this ZX10, but if you're familiar with one of my earlier videos of the Gen 2 ZX10 that got stolen, but I put a GPR 300 on that one right when I got the bike, and then the next day it got stolen, so I didn't get to check it out on a ZX10. I used to put them on my 636 all the time. I dubbed that 636 Scarlet. Actually, I was helped with that name by my oldest daughter. Worked out really well. It was a black 636 with red screws and red decals. It was nice. I loved that bike. Speaking of which, I did have a subscriber recently recommend that I talk about some of my other bikes that I've owned. I'll get into that a little bit. Let's start from the beginning. I had my 2003 Kawasaki Ninja 250R. Whenever I got that bike, originally it was from a family member and it was not running. It had been sitting for 2 years in a friend of theirs' garage with no gas cap, and I don't think the tank had anything in it, but it was rusty as all get out when I got it. And if you're not familiar with the old Ninja 250s, they were carbureted, and they were carbureted forever. I got that bike for 500 bucks not running. I put it together and I rode it. That's how I learned to ride. That and YouTube videos, watching people like Do It with Dan and searching things like how to ride a motorcycle for beginners. And I loved that bike. I traded it to a kid. He was actually 15 and he turned that thing into a little stunt bike and then got rid of it himself. But I got rid of that and I got Scarlet, the 2003 636, and that's the first generation that they did fuel injection on the Ninja 636, and it still had like this little manual choke thing right over there. So I rode that bike for years, 3 or 4, almost 4 full years I rode that bike, and man, I loved it. I bought that bike with 16,000 miles on it. I got it up to 40,000 miles. It was over 40,000 whenever I sold it here local in Joplin. So sold that one for cash local, used that one for a down payment on a 2007 ZX10R. I rode it for all of 4 days and put a tire on it, and that night it got stolen. I didn't get another bike, and it was like 6 to 8 months later, I think, and that's when I bought this one. And I got this bike, and it's been me and this 2010 ZX10R ever since. Now that I'm up to date on this being my 4th bike and you guys knowing what's going on with my riding life, now I'm on my way to go get the tire. And I wanted, it's not a GPR 300 that I wanted, because I found out that there's like a newer technology, an upgraded version called a Road Sport 2, and it's only like $10–15 more. So I was going to get that one in a 190, 190/55 or 190/50, whatever. And he ordered it for me, and he had already placed an order for a set of GPR 300s, a whole bunch of them to come in. That's just a popular tire to sell around here, and those didn't even come in. So he's got a 180 waiting on me, and they're great for cornering, but I really am wanting to do super stock drag, so I'm a little bummed about that because I wanted a wider tire. But looking into it, I don't think the contact patch is going to be much different on the 190. Honestly, I don't think that it will be. And I know that it'd be harder to throw around the wider tire, the 190, but that I didn't think that that'd be that big a deal, because don't get me wrong, I'm no Rossi, but I'm a fairly skilled rider, and I hit the curves with my buds. So a 190, I've done it before. I wore out the tire quick. Because of the coronavirus, shipping is all kinds of screwy for everything, not just motorcycle tires, but either way, I just hope that everybody's getting what they need. I want people to be able to get their food money and their medicine. I'm gonna go fill up. You can see I'm almost out of gas. I can't believe the gas light's not on yet at 108 miles. It must mean I've been babying it. So I'm gonna go fill up with the 93 octane, and then I actually have the privilege, guys, of going to a local shop here, not the same one, not Mid-America, but another local shop called Super Cycle. And Arnie, the owner of the shop, has allowed me to come in today and put my bike on their dyno, and they're gonna do the dyno pulls for me, and I'm gonna figure out how much horsepower this bike makes to the tire. Now, I've Googled it, and they say 200, not to the tire, but they say this is a 200 horsepower bike. I truly don't believe that. I don't believe it's 200. I don't think it's near that. I think they're rounding up to the nearest 100 if they're doing that. So anyhow, I'm going to get to go in there and film the whole process and see what this bike makes to the tire. So I've got Schnitz Racing ECU flash. I've got a quick shifter on the bike. I've got the pre-muffler taken off. And I put a M4 GP style exhaust, the short black one, and I gutted the headers. So with the few performance things that I've done, the quick shifter, the gutted header, the slip-on, the flash, oh, and a Power Commander 5 for the tune, of course, I do believe that I could get at least 170, hopefully 175. I'm hopeful for 170 plus. 175 is like, fingers crossed. 180 would make my day. I don't think it's going to do 180 though. Let's be honest, it's not going to do 180. With that being said, guys, I'm pulling up to Mid-America now. Normally I do a big old burnout before I get my new tire put on, but I simply just don't have time. Mitch is fitting me in here, and I'm grateful of him for doing that. So I'm going to shut the camera off. I don't want to put it in his face too much. Thank you, guys. I'll get back with you shortly. This is where I get my tires. Don't want to be out there with my camera in the man's face, but he's got a lot of gear for sale and a lot of bikes. One that caught my eye though was this Gen 2. This is just like the one that got stolen from me, but black. For you not familiar with the Gen 2, that's a clean one. Just got a little bit of everything. How many miles? 47,000. I wonder how much he wants for it with 47,000 miles. I got the tire put on. Looks great. It's the man himself. Come see him if you need anything. Fair prices. Quick work. I'm on my way to the shop now, and I'm in usual fashion of being late. I sped a little bit up on the highway, but not too much, so I'm still a couple minutes behind. Give me a minute. I'll start recording once I get to the shop. Alright, GPS says I'm less than a minute away. We're going to turn on 10th Street and then hang a left over here, and apparently there it is. Let's turn on Virginia. There it is, Super Cycle, guys. Let's see. I'll pull up to the entrance here, maybe. See how it's going. I'll just park here. And give me a minute, guys. I'm going to cut the camera off and get introduced. Got it up on the dyno now.
The what?
Oh yeah.
Just how dangerous.
How long have you guys been here? At this?
This is our 27th year.
Oh, that's awesome. 27 years.
27th year.
I'm hoping for 170.
What size is this?
It's 1,000.
Yeah. What, 1,000? What model?
It's a ZX10. It's a 2010 ZX10R.
Should put out more.
You think so?
Yeah, probably about 185.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That's what it, I think that's what it might. That's what it should do.
That'd make my day.
Yeah.
It is unrestricted. I had it flashed from Schnitz Racing, so.
Okay. They're good.
Nice.
Okay. Schnitz is the shits.
Yeah, I love Schnitz. They're great guys over there. I just got that tire put on about 15 miles ago.
Yeah, you were saying yesterday that you were having a tire put on.
Yeah, I was trying to get a 190 put on the back, and I ordered one, but they were late, so I had to go with the 180. But it'll be all right. It's about the same contact patch.
Same thing, man.
Yeah, make it easier.
As a matter of fact, the 180 probably has a bigger contact patch than the 190.
Oh, really? Well, even better then.
Well, let's look at it this way. You got a rim is a certain width.
Yeah.
Okay. The 190's wide, and when you mount it in there, it forms a larger arc, so there's less contact patch on the bottom.
That makes sense.
Yes.
So it's like sharpened to a point almost.
Exactly.
Ah, you're smart. I like that. Thank you for that information.
All right, yeah.
180 from now on then. Yeah.
Exactly.
And 180 from now on. That's what I need.
You know, it is what it is, man.
I wouldn't have known that without you telling me. I appreciate that information. I've already learned something.
A lot of guys don't want to hear it, but that's what it is.
Oh no, I want to know the truth.
Yeah.
That's what I'm out to find.
Okay. What we're going to do, the tack works.
Yeah.
Okay, we need to get a third gear, 3,000 RPM. This is the on this run here, Okay, this is the torque and speedometer.
Okay.
It's not awful bad. There's no real dips in there.
It's a smoother.
So it's pretty smooth.
Okay. Okay.
Let me get to the actual numbers. Let me get to the actual numbers.
This is really cool.
Okay, and we have 183.1. That's what I thought.
183.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was going to be.
That's
after it warms up and we clean it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's whenever it starts to show the truth.
That's just what I wanted to do. RPM is 10,300.
Okay.
Torque is 93.38 foot-pounds.
Okay.
And 183 horsepower, 114 miles an hour. That's a good reading.
That's not bad at all.
No, it's very nice.
I'm happy with it.
That's what I thought it was going to do.
Well, you were spot on too. Okay. Yeah, you called it. Yeah.
183.1. Fine. Cool, man.
That's great. I'm happy with it. Now that I made it back home, if you enjoyed the dyno video, definitely give me a thumbs up. Make sure to like and subscribe. If you guys were surprised by the horsepower numbers or disagree with them, feel free to comment below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. And if you have any other questions or suggestions, leave them below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate you so much for looking into this channel, and hopefully you're finding something that you enjoy on here. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Do me a favor, ride safe and keep the shiny side up.